little disappointed in the end. Thought we did enough to win the game, but extremely proud of the way they played. That's a really good team. One of the better teams in the league for the last 3-4 years now. So, but yeah, we gotta close the game up. Like we did enough to win the game. So disappointing in that respect, but never fault them for the effort, their endeavor, the work rate. But it's just a little bit of naivety at key times that we just got to grow. It's experiences they got to go through together, learn from it, and be better next time.
Is that first 70 minutes the best soccer you guys played this summer or this spring?
It's probably up there. Probably. I thought New Mexico we were really good for a long period of time, but now we're deeper and we're better. I think you saw the quality that some of the additions added. Thought Jack was super. JJ came in and JJ was a threat and he was dangerous. So my job got harder, picking a team and picking an 18, which is good problems to have.
Was it the players that you brought on, or was it also a change in tactics? This looked like a completely different team than the last few games. Can you walk us through what kind of adjustments you made and what you were looking at to accomplish on the way?
As far as shape-wise and formation, it was the same as last game, but maybe a little tweak here and there. But they actually played a similar shape to North Carolina, so we felt we didn't need to change much. But the quality of players is probably better than most teams in the league. So that's going to impact that. You're trying to take away their strengths, their quality players. So, but yeah, tactically we didn't change much. But yeah, it's just a little bit. I think the last time we spoke, they said we was missing that player that can unlock teams, and Jack's that for sure. And JJ coming back, he just adds a different dimension to the team as well.
This was your 6th draw, so obviously you've got that going on. But in addition, there's also a pattern where when you score first, there is that inability to close out the game with a win. Is that something that is a defensive problem? Is that just a complete team problem? Like, what do you see going on in that space?
My problem. I don't blame anybody else. It's certainly my problem. But I think it's I think it's a bit of. I don't think it's tactically. I think it's just collectively. Like, we have a young team. Like, if you look at the average age of the team right now, it's the second youngest in the league. So, for all their energy and effort, like, I never have to talk to them about that, ever. Like, we don't ever have to discuss how hard you're going to work, like, who's working. Like, they do that. But they're also lacking experience and a bit naive at times. So, that's a moment that we speak about, and we try and coach it. Like, after kickoff, after we score, like, you can't lose concentration. Like, you have to be switched back on. Like, you have a high and you score goals, everybody's excited, but then you can't switch off. So that's just experiences that they got to go through together.
Tactically, what does Jack offer you guys?
He's clever, he just he's a smart player, he's intelligent, he picks up good positions, he knows how to find space. Sometimes in a game where everybody's moving around, like, just stand still, He knows how to do that really well. Like, he just knows how to arrive into open space when it's available. So he's just
awareness.
Yeah, he's just aware. He's clever, technically very good. Like, you saw an improvement on our set pieces. Like, the goal came from a set piece from his service. So yeah, he just adds that extra little bit of quality. He's an MLS player, but he's in a position at that club where they got other quality players, so he's finding playing time hard. So we're happy to have him.
Can you walk us through that transaction, how that came about? Was that a player that was on your radar, or was that just business with another local New England squad?
Yeah, he's certainly been on our radar. I thought, again, like we said, we've been missing a player that can do the things that he does. So we've been tracking him, and with some of our staff has worked with him in the Revs Academy before, so we know his qualities as a player and as a person. So we've just been tracking, obviously we're not in charge of his development. We want to help his development. It's ultimately about helping him too. But he probably feels, and they probably feel that he's probably exceeded or mastered the next pro level, so to speak. So he needs something a little bit more, and that's playing against men. Like, that's playing against grown men. A lot of times in MLS next pro games, you're playing against kids. So for his development to keep going, he needs to play against men.
Semi-related to the game, but I think USL said you guys averaged like 4,100 for attendance in the month of April. I mean, all things considered, it's being April really good. Your evaluation of the home crowd in April.
Yeah, I mean, again, the fans, like, can't say enough. And I know it's cliche, but they drive the team on. They're still clapping the team at the end. So it means a lot to have the support, and you feel it. Like, this is the state's only professional sports team, so grateful for the people to come out to support. And then it's the hard work of the people in the front office too, like they're putting in the work and making sure that we play in front of good crowds and coming up with creative ideas to get people to games. So ultimately it's a team effort. Like, it goes hand in hand. The players have got to work and show that they deserve to be supported, and the front office, that makes the front office people's jobs a little bit easier by providing a team that's willing to do that, and people are willing to support a team like that.
Coach, this was a tough game. You've got a lot of tough games in the next 30 days. What's going on in your mind as you kind of tackle the next 4 games or so?
Just trying to get better. I know it's cliche, but we just got to improve and get better. It's experiences that they got to go through. Like, they feel like it's a loss, Like, they feel like it's a loss, and maybe rightfully so. Like, they deserve to win that game. So it's a lot of disappointed guys in that room, but I would rather that than people that didn't care. So they care, but they just got to go through the experiences together, and it's no easy games. So, yeah, we'll play teams that are not as good as that one, but that's a fantastic team. But then you got Louisville coming in next, so it just doesn't get any easier. But, yeah, you would rather that. I think the quality of the league's improved a lot in the last couple of years, especially this year.
It seemed like you guys really had a lot of intensity to begin that second half. There, that first 10 minutes, it seemed like you guys were in complete control of that. What do you think happened in the next 35 minutes?
I think we missed some chances that we should have scored. So you let a team like that hang around, like, eventually they're going to have a moment, They're going to have a moment, and I don't think their moments were as creative or as high quality as ours, but when you have quality players, like, they don't need much. They don't need much time and space. They don't need much margin for error. It was a set piece at the end. We cleared it, came back, ricocheted between bodies, but the opportunities we created were so clear cut that we should have put the game away. But it is what it is. Again, never would fault them for the effort and the endeavor, the work rate, but the moments of quality and poise and being calm, it's maybe lacking a little bit right now, but that will come with time.
Yeah, it was good. We had a lot of the ball in the first quarter of the game and had a lot of momentum, so to kind of add a goal to that momentum was really big for us. Obviously, to concede afterwards, was not as good, but then to even get a second goal was huge. So yeah, it was nice to finally kind of get a reward for the guys for putting in the work and keeping the momentum rolling. And yeah, obviously for me, I'm always happy to score. So
You say putting in the work. What changed? This team looked completely different than the last 2 weeks. What changed on the night for your squad?
I think it's just like putting pieces together. Like it's been a season of ups and downs, trying to figure out what works best for us. What system is best and all those things. And we got some new players in and Jack, and I think Jack kind of complements the midfield in ways that we needed. So which is good, and just adapting to the system and learning how to dominate opponents. Keep the ball, keep possession, create quality chances. Like those are all things that we did tonight, and those are things that we need to do on a more consistent basis.
Did I feel like a loss?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely feels like a loss. Yeah, really disappointing. You work that hard, have good quality chances in front of goal, and to not put the game away It stinks.
It seemed like, first 10 minutes of that second half, complete control. So what happened, do you think, the rest of that 35 minutes?
Honestly, in my opinion, you play against good teams, you don't put them away, you get punished. At the end of the day, that's what it's going to come down to is like when you play against quality teams, if you get your chances, you have to score. And if you don't score, you don't put the chances away. Could have went 3-1 up, could have went 4-1 up. We don't put those chances away. We have to fight and suffer at 2-1. And when the game is 2-1, anything can happen, especially in the closing minutes of the game. Referee makes a call. Whether you think it's a foul or not, he made the call. It's a free kick, and now the ball is scrambling in the box, and we give up a garbage goal. So not putting the game away is ultimately what stabbed us in the back, and that definitely sucks.
Besides putting your chances away, this team has not been able to retaliate when a goal is scored against them and drawing with multiple points on the table. What's the answer for this team to make sure that those games are put away defensively? Is it just fatigue? Is it the duration of the game? What's going on that side of it then?
I think just in those moments it just comes down to lack of concentration and maybe fatigue, but you're out there for 90 minutes and you know how long the game is, so you got to manage yourself and you got to be able to put in the work for the whole 90 minutes. So you can't really say that. I think just those moments just come down to lack of concentration. Everybody has a job to do, and if one person doesn't do their job, unfortunately, we all suffer.
I know it's like you said, 90 minutes, but it felt like that first 45 may have been your best 45, the team's best 45 the entire season. Would you agree at least with that?
Yeah. I would agree for sure. I think if you look at it from maybe like an analytical side, you talk about clear chances, clear-cut chances, clear goal-scoring opportunities. I think that's the most amount of goal-scoring opportunities that we've had in one half this whole year.
All right, so how does it feel? Did you expect to be inserted into this rotation so quickly?
I was really happy to obviously, come here and be starting, so quickly. But the atmosphere was awesome today. The game was awesome. I'm happy to sort of make an impact, help the team, I guess, get a draw. So it was a great day. I'm really happy with it.
Talk to me about the loan move, the conversations that went into making this happen. Was this something that you were automatically quick to jump at with such a congested roster up there, up the road? Or did it take some time for you to realize maybe this would be the right move for me?
It's a complicated question, but I kind of always had it in my mind. I wanted to kind of see how things played out with the Revs, and then I think when I felt the time was right to make the move here, and it's been awesome so far.
When you say here, you mean Rhode Island?
Rhode Island, yeah, Rhode Island.
Do you feel like you're gelling quickly?
I do, yeah. It's only been this is the fourth day.
Yeah.
But the guys are awesome. The team is good. We really have the pieces, I think, to do something good. So I'm happy to add to that.
You came up with a really talented young group of guys up there in New England. Did you have any trepidation about this move at all because of that group that you're working with? They're building something special up there. You talk about Esmir, you talk about Noel, yourself. You've always been at the front of guys that people should be looking out for. Did you feel like any hesitation before coming to USL because of the way the league might be perceived by some others?
It wasn't really hesitation. To be honest with you, I want to play, and I want to play for the best team I can. And for me, it's about continuing to get games and be a part of something important and be a key guy for a team like wherever that may be. So I thought Rhode Island was the place for that, and I have absolutely no regrets so far with my decision.
What's your overall exposure to the USL so far? What's your past experiences? What's your preconceived notions? And has all of that kind of met your expectations on the pitch tonight?
Yeah, I didn't have a ton. The only sort of experience I had with it was the Open Cup last year, and I remember those games being pretty good. The guys are men. They're physical. They're intense. There's a lot of fans. A good atmosphere. I think that's sort of the the elements that I really need to continue to develop myself and yeah.
You say the elements, and that was going to be my next question. What are you looking to gain from this stint with Rhode Island FC from a personal goal and a personal skill set ability?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is I want to help this team win. I mean, I think, like I said, we really do have the pieces, and I want to be, I want to do everything I can to help this team win. And on top of that, I want to continue to get better, and obviously have good performances to hopefully, continue to get my name out there and continue to get better.
The set piece goal. Take us through it. What'd you see?
Yeah, we worked on it, all week. I think all 2 days that I was there. But yeah, I think my set piece delivery is normally really good, and I think that they've been struggling to find sort of a good taker for them, and I knew it was kind of a key area today, and I ended up getting maybe 6-7 deliveries. So I wanted to make them good, and I honestly think there's a lot of room for improvement there. So we'll hopefully continue to get some more goals.
There was a real calmness about you that was noticeable tonight. It seemed like the transition, you've been here for months opposed to a couple of days. Why do you think it just gelled so well tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Khano has done a great job of welcoming me in and the rest of the coaching staff, along with the guys. Like I said, they're really good guys, and I think we have a good team. Like, regardless of it's been 2 days. If we have good players know how to play with each other, and I think we're going to continue to build on that and hopefully keep getting some more wins. So.
Do you have your family here tonight?
I do. Yeah, a lot of people came out, so it was great.
This team has had a noticeable absence in the central column of its attack and its defense. You clearly were in a position of need, and you filled that tonight. How did that feel, knowing that you were kind of that missing piece? Like, what was the reward of that coming onto the pitch tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice to, I guess, feel valued and feel important for a team. But I got to continue to show that I'm that I feel that need for the team. So I'm going to continue to do my best to do that.
So there's a lot of, it's early, but there may be some expectations of you that you are kind of that man, that most senior squad member that's seen professional minutes. Does that change your mindset in any way as you approach the rest of the season with the squad?
No. I feel like I always have a confidence about myself, regardless of what I am to the team, and I want to continue to elevate the group and help us keep getting wins.
You've got a tough 30 days ahead to prove that. We look forward to it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
So, walk us through it. First game, first minutes with the squad. Tell us what that was like.
It was fantastic. I think that the atmosphere was great. Everybody came out to support. Wish we would have ended up with 3 points. That's the main thing I'm taking away from it, but it was really good to be back. I'm super blessed. I didn't realize how much I loved it until I was away from it, so being able to get back to it just is amazing.
Anything stand out in particular for you? You stepped out there?
I had a chance to my left. I should have buried it. We would have went up 3-1. We would have ended with 3 points. But, those ones I would be thinking about for the next week, and then bury the next chance I get. So.
How far away do you think you are right now from being able to put in like 45, 90-minute shifts?
Really, that's just coach's decision. I can't say neither here or there. It's more.
You have to gauge like your own fitness level right now. Where would you say you're at?
Oh, I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. I feel ready to go. Whenever my number is called, I'm going to be there and put the ball in the back of the net. That's what I'm here for.
You come into a game that's at the time up for Rhode Island FC. Obviously, things don't go our way with a draw. Walk us through your contribution on the pitch, your interaction with these players for the first time. Who kind of stood out in your mind as you took the field? Who were the players that you really enjoyed getting that time with?
Well, I mean, a lot of the guys that came on did really well. I think that even the guys who started the game, they did well to put us in that position. We had a number of chances that we have to bury. No question about it. We have to bury those. We go up 3-4-1, and then this team is struggling from their midweek. So I think there's a number of players. Clay ate up ground like crazy tonight. Karifa coming in big on a set piece. I mean, massive. There are some unbelievable performances. I couldn't go through all of them, but I really think that we have some special guys. We gotta get over the hump now. Find a way to get 3 points and make sure that every time that somebody comes here to play us, that they struggle. They struggle all night long, and then we got to make that a staple.
It seemed like Jack had a really great time easing into this lineup, it seemed like it was a smooth, seamless transition from. What did you think of his performance tonight?
Good performance, really good performance. I thought, it's tough. I was a player the same way, coming on loan, going back and forth, especially for him to get implemented earlier this week. I thought that he did really well with the transition, but he has a lot of quality, so you can't really. I'm not too surprised on the top of that.
Explain that a little bit more. You played at the MLS level, but you get moved around
Right.
to different levels, of soccer in the country. So, what changes? Like you see the game differently. Does the intensity level change at all from the opponents that you're playing, the quality? Like what changes when you make that switch from MLS to USL Championship?
Definitely. There's a lot of factors actually. I mean, for him, like it's the same way for myself, being a young player and just trying to get in MLS and make your moment, make your time, make your staple on it, so that way the coach always is calling your number, so that way your career takes off in that direction, in a positive direction. Whenever you're young, coming and getting games, showing people what you have, for him to have performance like he did tonight, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. For him, I can already tell with the skill set that he has, he's going to be a big asset for us. It's just a matter of making sure, constantly putting in those performances, staying consistent, and then hopefully we can hang on to him for the rest of the year.
JJ, you were showcased first at the jersey reveal party.
Right.
A lot of fans know your name, but they don't know what you bring, and this was their first time getting to see you on the pitch.
Right.
Could you tell fans kind of what you bring as a striker to this team, so they can kind of look forward to anticipate the kind of attacker you are?
A lot of energy, a lot of character. I think that's something that y'all have been able to see from me from the very beginning. I'm a very genuine guy, so I'll give everything I have on the field each and every night that I go out. And honestly, just a lot of goals. That's what's staying on my head. It's been on my brain since I signed for Rhode Island, and just being able to come here, score goals, and win games. That's the most important thing right now.
And you're a journeyman from the USL. You've played a lot of these teams in the past. In the next 5 weeks, there's a lot of stiff competition coming your way.
Right.
Who are the teams that you need to be more prepared for than the others, so to speak?
Really, it's every one of them. If you could see from the last couple of years how the league has evolved, you could see that the teams that were at the back of the pack early in the year, they're not going to be there later in the year. Teams that have struggled in the past couple of years, they've really turned things around, and they're at the top of the table. I mean, you can't say one team stronger than the next, because in this league it's just crazy how it happens, right? Last place teams are beating first place teams and vice versa. So I think that really we just have to make sure we're focusing on us. I think we haven't reached our potential yet. That's the scariest thing about this whole thing is I know we've got a lot of ties, a couple of drop points and results, but whenever we figure it out and we reach our potential and we're playing well, I think we're going to be at the top of the table right where we want to be.
What's holding you back right now from reaching that potential? Is it just time, or?
No, I think it's just a matter of getting everybody back is a big thing. We're still missing a couple of guys, and then really it's just finding the groove. I think it's the same way with really good goal scorers. Sometimes you struggle until you see the first one go in the back of the net, and then you score 15 right afterwards, no problem. So we really just need to see a couple of wins fall for us, and then it's going to take off. We need to have that one solid performance all the way through, 90-minute performance. And whenever we do that, we're going to be hard to beat.